I've always been a skeptic, a believer in logic and reason. But what happened to me last night has shaken me to my core. I live in an old apartment building, one with a history that whispers through the creaking floorboards and the peeling paint. It's not the kind of place that would attract the attention of the faint of heart, but it's home to me. Last night, I was working late, engrossed in a book. The only light in the room was the glow of my laptop screen, casting long shadows across the walls. I heard a noise, a soft whisper, coming from the corner of my eye. I looked up but saw nothing. I thought it was my imagination, the product of a tired mind. But then it happened again, the whisper, this time closer, followed by a cold breeze that sent shivers down my spine. I got up, my heart pounding, and walked towards a corner. As I approached, the shadows on the wall seemed to shift and dance, taking on the shape of a figure that seemed to be watching me, its eyes burning with a cold, malevolent light. I stumbled back, paralyzed by fear. The figure remained in the shadows, its presence a palpable weight in the room. Then, just as quickly as it appeared, it vanished. I haven't been able to sleep since. I'm not sure what I saw, but I know it was something more than just a trick of the light. The shadows seem to hold a presence, a darkness that I can't shake. Has anyone else experienced something similar? Is it possible that some places hold on to the memories of those who came before? And sometimes those memories can be unsettling? I need to know I'm not alone. Share your stories in the comments below.
ShadowWalker, your story is chilling. I know exactly what you mean about those shadows. I've experienced something similar, though not as intense as what you describe. In my case, it was a feeling of being watched, a sense of a presence in the shadows. It was never clear what it was, but it always made me feel uneasy. I'm glad you're reaching out. It's comforting to know you're not alone in these experiences.
ShadowWalker, your story is fascinating. I've always been intrigued by the idea of residual energy, the idea that certain places hold on to the memories and emotions of those who have lived there before. Could it be that the shadows you saw were a manifestation of some kind of residual energy, a lingering presence from the past? It's worth considering that the building itself might have a history that could explain what you experienced. Have you done any research into the history of your apartment building? Maybe there's something in its past that could shed light on the shadows you saw.
Thank you all for your replies. It's a relief to know I'm not alone in this. Whispering Pines, I'm sorry to hear you've experienced something similar. It's unsettling, that feeling of being watched, isn't it? Lost in Time, your theory about residual energy is fascinating. I've never considered it before, but it makes sense. I haven't done much research into the building's history, but I'm definitely going to start now. Maybe there's something in its past that can explain what I saw. I'm going to keep an eye out for any other strange occurrences and document everything. Maybe together we can figure out what's happening. It's been a few weeks since I last posted, and I've been doing some digging into the history of my apartment building. Turns out, it used to be a theater back in the early 1900s. The building was abandoned for a while after the theater closed down, and then it was converted into apartments in the 1950s. I found an old newspaper article from 1923 about a tragic fire that happened in the theater. A young woman named Amelia was trapped inside and died. The article mentions that she was known for her beautiful singing voice and her haunting presence on stage. I'm starting to think that the shadows I saw might be connected to Amelia. Maybe her spirit is still lingering in the building, unable to find peace. I've been feeling a strange energy in the apartment, a sense of sadness and longing. I'm going to keep researching Amelia and see if I can find out more about her story. Maybe if I can understand what happened to her, I can help her find peace. Things have gotten worse. The shadows are more frequent now, and they're more defined. I can see shapes in them now, a figure almost like a woman, but always just out of focus. It's like she's trying to communicate, but I can't understand her. I've been trying to reach out to her, to talk to her, to ask her what she wants. I've even tried singing, like the article mentioned Amelia did, but she just keeps retreating further into the shadows. I'm starting to feel scared. I don't know what to do. I'm afraid she's angry, that she's trying to hurt me. I just want her to leave me alone. I'm going to try to find someone who can help, someone who understands these things. Maybe a medium or a paranormal investigator. I'm desperate for answers.
Hey, ShadowWalker. I'm really sorry to hear that things have intensified for you. Sounds incredibly unsettling. Have you considered keeping a journal of your experiences? Sometimes writing down what you see and feel can help clarify things. Plus, it might help you notice patterns or triggers. Also, have you tried talking to her in a calm, reassuring way? Maybe she just needs to feel acknowledged. Sending you positive vibes.
Hi, ShadowWalker. I've read about similar experiences, and it's not uncommon for spirits to feel trapped or confused. If you're thinking about reaching out to a medium, make sure to find someone reputable. They can help you understand what's going on and possibly assist in communicating with Amelia. Just remember to protect your energy during this process. Stay safe.
Hey there. Your story is fascinating but also quite scary. Have you tried using any protective crystals or sage to cleanse your space? Many people find that it helps create a more peaceful environment. Also, if you feel comfortable, maybe try recording your experiences. Sometimes, spirits respond to technology in unexpected ways. Keep us updated.
ShadowWalker, it's intriguing that your apartment has such a rich history. Have you thought about researching more about the theater and its past? Sometimes, understanding the history can provide insights into the spirit's behavior. Maybe Amelia has a message or a story that needs to be told. I'd love to hear more about what you find.
I'm terrified. I finally found someone who could help, a paranormal investigator named Dr. Evans. He seemed to understand what was happening, and he was confident he could help Amelia find peace. But something went wrong. As soon as Dr. Evans started his investigation, the shadows became more intense. They seemed to writhe and contort, and the figure within them grew more defined. I could almost see her face, a look of pure rage. Then, things got really bad. The shadows started to move, to crawl across the walls, to engulf the room. I could feel a cold, icy presence, and I knew it was Amelia, but she wasn't the kind, lost soul I'd imagined. She was angry, and she was hurting. Dr. Evans tried to calm her, to reason with her, but she wouldn't listen. She lashed out at him, and he was forced to flee. I've never seen anything so terrifying. Now, she's here in my apartment and I'm trapped. I can't escape, and I don't know what to do. I'm calling out for help, but no one can hear me. I'm alone in the darkness, and I'm afraid. Please, someone, help me.